In this video today, we're going to talk about how spirits affect your life and your destiny. How spirit, either the spirit of God or evil spirits, affect your life and destiny. It is very important to understand one thing, that life is spiritual. Life is not the way you look at it. Life is spiritual. I can give you an example. Your life is like your real image and the mirror. Now, your mirror is the mirror, the object which you see at the mirror, the reflection which you see at the mirror. That is your physical life. But the real life, your real self, is the real object. You know, if you look in the mirror, there's the object, which is you, and the reflection which you see in the mirror. Now, if there is a problem, for instance, for you ladies, when you're doing makeup, if you're doing makeup or if you're dressing up, you usually put a mirror in front of you and you check yourself as you dress up. So if there's anything you see in the mirror which is not right, what do? You adjust. You don't change on the mirror, you change on yourself. Whatever you do on yourself will reflect in the mirror. It shows you that's how life is. If you have to change anything, you change it from the spiritual realm. If you change it from the spiritual realm, it will reflect in the physical realm. The problem with most people, they try to change things from the physical realm. That's why they face frustration and they end up giving up in life. If you want to make changes, you want to affect anything in this world, good or negative, is being initiated from the realm of the spirit. This is how important to know how spirits can affect your life and your destiny. Hello guys, thanks for watching. I'm Cleophas Wanyama, Cleo with him. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you're watching me for the first time. And if you want to donate, use the information at the description box or at the comment section, which have been below. Now, in the beginning, the book of Genesis chapter 1, the Bible tells us that the earth was not, there was darkness, and the earth was without form or void, and the Spirit of the Lord moved on the face of the waters. Now imagine, the Bible tells us it is the Spirit of the Lord which moved, and God said. So even from the first day of creation, we see things happening first in the realm of the Spirit. The Spirit of the Lord moved first, and then God began creating. So the world itself was created from the spiritual realm. The earth was brought into existence from the realm of the spirit. Now, if that proves to you, if you want to change anything, you have to do it first from the realm of the spirit for you to get results. The Bible tells us there was darkness, there was nothing, everything was, it was in a state of confusion, disorderly. Maybe I'm talking to you, somebody. I'm talking to somebody today. Maybe your life has no shape. Your life has no meaning. Your life is you are stagnating. Nothing is working for you. And you are trying to change things physically. You are trying to look for a job. It's not bad to look for a job. Go and look for a job. I highly recommend that. You are trying to do things, physically, which is good. But if all your efforts are just physical efforts alone, you will fall terribly. You need to have spiritual efforts combined with the physical efforts for you to get results. I repeat, you have to do spiritual efforts and physical efforts for you to get results. If you're looking for a job, make sure you have prayed. Make sure you have gotten that job from the realm of the spirit. You secure that job from the spiritual realm first before you go to make that application. Secure that contract in the spiritual realm first before making that application. That's how powerful the spiritual realm is. So, right now, you may be there. You have to do things. You have tried so many things and they're not working. It is showing something. It is a report card. It shows you that you need to get another way of doing things. It's only a madman who does the same thing over and over and over and expect different results. Life is spiritual. Paul tells us in the book of Ephesians chapter 6, we wrestle not against what? Flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and so forth and so on and so forth. Now, Paul was acknowledging that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Paul was telling you the things which you're experiencing, they are not normal. The things which you are experiencing, they are not just circumstantial. It's not that because of your boss who hates you. It's not because of your spouse who's leaving you, or it's not because that you don't have money, or it's not because that, you can't, your business is not prospering. There is something more. There's something behind your situation, which is engineering your situation to keep you in that way. In every situation, there is a spirit which is sponsoring it. This is why many people in the secular world, they miss it. They tend to interpret things from the physical realm. That's where they miss it. They don't know life itself from the beginning of life. We saw in Genesis, God began life from the spiritual realm. Everything was brought from the spiritual realm into the physical dimension. So if you need anything, you need to bring it out from the spiritual dimension into the physical dimension for it to manifest in your life. The reason why you don't have what you want to have, the reason why you are struggling with whatever you are struggling to get, is because you have not gotten it from the realm of the spirit. All those things you need there, you have them in the realm of the spirit. In the book of Ephesians chapter 1, it says that God has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in the heavenly places. In Christ Jesus, have all these blessings. But these blessings need to be converted from the realm of the spirit to come into the physical. Now, this is how spirit affects your life. Now, let me give you an example, just a good example of how things work, just illustrations. Now, for instance, you say maybe you don't have a job, or maybe you can't find a job, you're suffering from poverty, you're having, you are going to this place, things are not working out for you, Now, you may see it from just a physical point of view that the reason why you're suffering is because you don't have a job, but that's not the case. Let me tell you what happened. What might be disturbing you might be the spirit of poverty. Now, when people go to satanic altars to do enchantments, when people go to satanic altars to bewitch, and they release the spirit of poverty to you, the spirit of poverty will come into your life and start manipulating circumstances to bring the effect of poverty. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Now, this is why we usually tell you, go for prayers, go for deliverance, because whatever you're going through, it has been sponsored by a spirit. Oh, you say somebody is lazy, doesn't want to work. There is a spirit which is responsible for making you lazy. There is a spirit which is responsible. This is why Paul said that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Paul is telling you, don't try to handle these things physically. You will fail. Go into the realm of the spirit. Deal with the principalities. Deal with the powers. Deal with the rulers of this dark world. Deal with the spiritual wickedness in the heavenly places. Once you deal with these things, you'll see the desired result will manifest in the physical. So you find somebody, you cannot be in a serious relationship. You find yourself, it's difficult. People don't want to marry you. People don't want to commit yourself to you. And you think maybe because you're ugly. Let me shock you. Some of the people who are finding it hard to get into marriage are so beautiful and are very handsome. But somehow it's difficult for them to get married. How? Because there is a spirit which was programmed into their lives to make that thing happen. So you may try to solve it physically. You will fail. You have to go into the realm of the spirit and sort these things out. This is where you find, even in the natural, secular people, they know these things. They go to a witch doctor. They go to a sangoma. They go to astrologers to try to get solutions. Even in Hollywood, don't you know that nowadays in Hollywood, there's a lot of witchcraft. There are these people are called Hollywood mediums in Hollywood. There are mediums in Hollywood. People contact mediums. There are mediums who serve celebrities. You go and, and they contact your dead relatives and they start talking to your dead relatives. Now, these are successful people. They believe in spirituality. But you are there, with your life. And you think that, these things are not working. These are not true. You are joking. You are joking. This is why your life is the way it is. If you ignore spirituality, my friend, you will pay a higher price for it. You pay a higher price. You find somebody is demon possessed. You know, there are families where people are bewitched. Not maybe to graduate. I've seen these things. No, there's a spirit which has been sent to make you family members not to graduate, not to graduate, or maybe not to get good education. Now you find that when these people, they try to go to school, when they try to when they enroll into their degree program, and they try to complete, you find they face difficulties. And in most cases, you may find the, they're having they're suffering from things like depression. No, that demon behaves like depression. So a natural man, you may see that situation as depression, but not knowing there is an evil spirit which is sponsoring that issue. So you are trying, you are going, you are paying for counseling, you're wasting your money. Take that person for deliverance. Let that demon be kicked out, and you will see the change. I have counseled so many people. I've met so many people. I've met parents who have come to me, say that my son is like this, my son is depressed. There was a certain lady whose son was also depressed, and it was evil spirits who were attacking him. She took her son to the hospital. Even one of the nurses confessed to her and asked the mother, "Have you tried prayers? Have you tried prayers?" Because the nurse understood that this thing is not normal. They'll give you drugs to calm you, but they are not solving your problem because it is a spiritual problem. That boy was threatening the mother, wanted to beat the mother, and the mother was so loving to the boy, was providing everything to the boy, but somehow the boy starts misbehaving, showing the middle finger to the mother. And you go to a doctor, they tell you it's depression. You are joking. You are joking. Some of you will bury your loved one if you ignore spirituality. You will bury your loved one. I have seen people bury their loved ones simply because they ignore spiritual advice. You take them to the hospital, they are treated, they don't get well, they are treated, they're given paracetamol, they're given injection, they're given everything the doctor has to give them, and they end up dying because that issue was not a physical issue. It was not a medical condition. It was a spiritual issue. It had to be dealt with in the realm of the spirit. Even if you're taking the person who has a challenge to the hospital, I'm not against hospital. Take them to hospital. I'm not against counseling. Take them to counseling if that's what you feel, but make sure they get spiritual help too. Because if they just get counseling alone, drugs alone, injections alone, my friend, you will lose them because you are fighting a lost battle. Paul said, "We wrestle not against flesh and blood." We are trying to wrestle with flesh and blood. You will fail miserably. Life is spiritual. There is a spirit which is sponsoring everything. A woman cannot be married. That spirit is putting a veil on you. Men can't see you. In the realm of the spirit, men can't see you. That's why they're not marrying you. That's why they're not proposing. That's why they're not interested. They are not seeing you. But you think it's maybe because I don't have boobies. You go and add boobies. They still don't marry you. You say, maybe because I don't have nyash. You go and add nyash. They still don't marry you. You say, oh, maybe it's the lips. Let me go and do, those things Kim Kardashians, they do with their lips. You do them. Still, they don't marry you. It is spiritual, my friend. Go and get delivered. Let that demon be kicked out and you will get married. I have seen I know a lady who is 40 years plus. She is so beautiful because I knew her since I was young, since I was in school. And from that time I knew her, she wasn't married. She had a relationship with a boyfriend and it didn't go well. So the boyfriend told her, "You will not get married." And truly, she never had a man. She struggled. The girl is beautiful. She has all the qualities. At some points, I used to sing with her in the choir together. She was so beautiful. You wonder, men can't see her, but she wasn't getting married. She has all the qualities. She wasn't just She just wasn't getting married. Men will come and they will go. Something will just keep them. Why? It is a spirit. When a spirit is being sent, it creates the circumstances. It manipulates the circumstances to produce its effect. Some of you, as I've said, the sicknesses that some people are suffering from, they are not medical sicknesses. They are evil sicknesses. They are being sponsored by evil spirits. So you take that person to the hospital, they will die. Yes, take them to the hospital and make sure they're being prayed for. Otherwise, you will lose your loved ones if you ignore spirituality. Life is spiritual. When a spirit is sent, even God himself, when God wants to prosper you, the Bible says that you shall remember the Lord thy God, for he gives you power to get wealth. When God releases to you the power to get wealth, that spirit comes upon you. That spirit looks for what you do. Eventually, you find in your business, customers are coming, ideas are coming, you're getting contact. It is that spirit which is bringing, it is that spirit which is affecting circumstances to bring good to you. Spirits affect your destiny. When a spirit is sent to you, it manipulates circumstances. Spirits manipulate circumstances of individuals, of nations, of cities to get the desired results. So you see people are fighting. Maybe there's war in a nation and you think it's just because of war. But have a spiritual eyes, you will see there is a demon which is sponsoring it. But the problem, you people, you just see things from the natural realm. You see things from the natural. This is why you fail most of the times. Because life is spiritual, whether you believe it or not. Take it, leave it. Life is indeed spiritual. No, so spirits go. When a spirit is sent, maybe the spirit, maybe the spirit can be sent to you not to get married. When that spirit is sent to you, it creates circumstances whereby it chases men away from you. Either it gives you a bad attitude, you find yourself having a bad attitude which keeps men away from you. And you think it's because of your attitude, not knowing that that attitude is the spirit which has been sent to you to push men away so that to achieve the goal of not getting you married. A spirit of poverty is sent to you. You start a business, it fails. You do this, it fails. You do this, you are arrested by the police, you fail. You see circumstances you want. So you think maybe these things are a cause of lack of this. You try to adjust and the failure repeats itself. You try to do something, you fail, or you think that maybe you failed because you didn't do something right. It might be true. I'm not ruling it out. So you make adjustment. Even after making so many adjustments, you find yourself failing. You say, oh, okay, maybe I failed because I didn't have a business plan. You make a business plan, you fail again. You wonder what's wrong. Okay, maybe my business plan was not so good. You go and study, you get a better business plan, you still fail again. You see, you have a business. Okay, you say, oh, you start a business. Customers are not coming. Okay, you upgrade your business, you do branding. Customers still are not yet coming. Even if they come, they come very few, which cannot sustain your business. Okay, you try maybe to get a loan, you get better equipment. Still, customers are not coming. If that thing happens, please stop it. Go and look for spiritual help. Go and be helped. Because you're fighting a losing battle. Let me tell you something. You people who work in radio, TV, in these big companies, sometimes they talk like, it is their hard work, they know what they're doing, it's their effort. They don't know whom they're working for. Most of the people who own those companies, you don't know where they go. Those people who own those companies don't know the altars which they serve. There are people who draw power so that they can remain relevant and influential in the marketplace. So you are just employed, you are given a good salary. You think it's because of your contribution. Yes, your contribution matters. I agree with you. Your contribution matters, but that's not all. That's not all it is. And you need to get this thing right. Life is spiritual. Life is spiritual. You don't know the person who owns the company, the person who's paying you $1,000, $2,000 per month. That person who's paying you $5,000 per month. You don't know where he goes to to get the power. You know, businesses are sustained from the realm of the spirit. Me, I've seen this thing. People, business owners, they go to altars, they sacrifice to remain relevant in the marketplace. They sacrifice to attract customers. This is what they do. Besides branding, being effective, customer care. Listen, you have to be effective. I'm not ruling that out. You have to be good in whatever you're doing. You have to be excellent. You have to market. You have to do all those things. They are good. But if you lack spirituality, you still fail. With all your marketing and your branding, you still fail. You need to balance. You need to have the spiritual aspects right and also the spiritual aspects right. Most of the CEOs, you don't know the altars which they go to. You don't know because you're naive. Your eyes are blind. You cannot see. You have been deceived. You think it's hard work alone. You try your hard work. See where it will take you. There's a level which you'll reach. You will realize, this is not hard work alone. This is not hard work alone. You need to be sponsored from the realm of the spirit. Politicians know these things. You find politicians going to witch doctors. Let me tell you something. Why are these witch doctors wealthy? Ask yourself. These witch doctors, you hear of them. Why are they wealthy? Why? Because they serve some of these rich people. They solve their problems. And you are there. You don't have anything. I don't believe in that thing. You are joking. Wait. You see, you don't believe. Wait until they screw you. They put you in a place whereby you can't go forward, you can't move backward. That's when you'll believe. Don't reach that point. Don't let your heart be like Pharaoh. Don't harden your heart like Pharaoh. I don't believe in that thing. Wait. I've seen people who have received Christ at their deathbed. They waited for them to be terminally sick. That's when they believe in Jesus, when they are dying. Don't wait for you for the devil to finish you completely, to break you down completely, to reach that level. Now that's when you say that you believe. Believe when things are working out for you. Don't wait for you to be completely finished. Then that's when you humble yourself, say, Lord, I surrender. Oh no. Are you getting me, my viewer? Yeah, life is spiritual. When a spirit is sent to you, it creates circumstances to bring the effect of the spirit. When the spirit of rejection is sent to you, it goes into the spiritual atmosphere, creates circumstances. Oh, I've no job because of COVID. You are joking. During COVID, many people became millionaires. Those are just reasons. So you find people, you ask them, why are you not doing? They'll give you reasons. Oh, because of this, because of that. So you think you are not getting what you are getting because of those reasons. You are joking. Those are circumstances which are just being manipulated by the enemy. The enemy is just manipulating those circumstances. So you think it's just a circumstance. It's beyond the circumstances. Get to the root of the problem. Get spiritual. Uproot that spirit. Whatever spirit is disturbing you, cast it out in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. In God, there are many spirits. Say that I've not given a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. There are many spirits in God. The spirit of wealth, spirit of prosperity. May that spirit come upon you right now in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. May the spirit of favor rest upon your business. May the spirit of visibility, which gives you visibility in your relationships, visibility in your business, visibility in your career, in your place of work. May that spirit rest upon you right now in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. May you be blessed in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm Cleophas Wanyama with him. If you have been blessed, kindly subscribe, share this video with your loved one, and don't forget to send us your financial donations using the information at the description box. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.